Hello, everyone. Guys, please let me know if you can hear me, and we will start. Maybe I'm going to do something like that. Okay, you can hear me because I turned on and I can hear myself. So we can start. Um, Welcome to the webinar, everyone. I've been waiting till we get like 20 plus viewers. We are at 28 right now, so already 32. So we can start. My name is Damian. I saw a lot of signups from our My Real Profit customers. So hello to our My Real Profit customers. We did a calculation uh, on this webinar. We got about 2 billion in annual revenue registered from our clients and then also non-MRP customers. And today we will talk about a couple of topics. I decided not to overwhelm you too much because I wanted to go through so many stats that we would most likely not be able to do it. So we will focus on 4 most important points today that are related to selling on Amazon, specifically CPG products. And I've been waiting this webinar for long because I spent last 12 months at least on developing a strategy, developing reports specifically for CPG brands. And we found so much stuff under the hood that we didn't expect that we totally rebuilt our analytics. And today I will share a couple of most important points that will impact you from today. You will be able to utilize this information starting from today. So let's start. I actually will start right away from the third slide, and you will get the answers CPG brands need to increase their profit. And those are, first of all, why mixing repeat customers with SERP sales, which are search engine result page sales, it totally destroys your analytics. I will explain you why. How to easily audit your data accuracy. There are quite simple tweaks that you can use without using My Real Profit or anything, just for your own understanding. If you can trust the data or you still cannot trust it, before you make any sort of decision. Third one is your biggest mistakes CPG brands make when doing the analysis. This one is pretty cool because I will give you examples from my personal experience. So all those are just my personal experience. And the last one, tools, CPG calculators, exclusive offers, some presents for you guys, and even one small extra bonus. So let's start with the first one. Why mixing repeat customers with SERP sales destroys your analytics? Okay, let me maybe introduce myself. Yeah, guys, I'm Damian, founder of My Real Profit Analytics. It's an analytics for Amazon brands. We provide reporting based off your business model. So for CPG brands, we provide CPG focused reporting. For agencies, it's agency reporting and so on. We've been doing that for 5 years, more than 5 years. And we focus on CPG. So that's a short overview. Okay, so mixing repeat customers with search engine results page sales destroys your analytics because your sales that you see coming to your account, let's say yesterday's sales, they combine 4 different type of sales in it, and it's new to brand SERP sales, which are both subscribe and save and non-subscribe and save sales. Let me make an example. I will go to Dog Treats. Yeah, this is Dog Treats page. Here we have, I don't even touch the PPC or organic, but we can buy the product or like using subscribe and save or without using subscribe and save. But we can buy the product through the search engine results page sales. Yeah. The next one is repeat non-subscriber sales. So customers that are non-subscribers, but they decided to buy a product for the second time, you will be surprised. That's actually much bigger amount than subscriptions. So like there is a ton of customers that buy your product again and then never sign up for subscribe and save, regardless what coupon you will provide. They will never subscribe, and it's a bigger portion of the customers than subscribers. And then repeat subscribe and save sales. So repeat subscribe and save sales, those are automatically generated by Amazon. Yeah, it's an order that's automatically created because customer signed up for a subscribe and save model. And let's say they subscribe for getting the product delivered every month. And then once in a month, Amazon creates this order and it's automatically being shipped. As you might guess, the biggest problem was repeat subscribe and save sales. This part of your sales totally messes up your entire analytics. It messes up your profit, messes up your conversion rate, messes up your sessions, messes up your average price. I mean, everything is messed up because when you're trying to do a simple analysis, let's say we ran advertising a bit more aggressive yesterday, how much money we made. We offered a deal, how much money we made for yesterday, like let's say 7-day deal for last week. And because of those repeat subscribe and save sales that are included in your overall performance, your numbers, unfortunately, are not accurate. And I will explain you why. First of all, because it's fully automatically generated by Amazon, yeah? So they don't visit your page, they don't see your main image, they don't see your pricing, it's fully automated. But that's the smallest thing you need to care about, yeah? There is much more under the hood. The biggest problem with repeat subscribe and save sales is status of the order. So Amazon algorithm is quite smart. So they know that if customer subscribes for subscribe, like they do, customer uses subscribe and save model, they need to get their order delivered 100%. And Amazon knows that you can get out of stock. If you're getting out of stock, order will not be delivered. What Amazon decided to do, reserve the order 2 weeks in advance or 10 days in advance. It's random, it depends. But so what happens is that Amazon automatically creates an order today, but the order will be shipped in 2 weeks. And this is the problem, yeah? Our tool, every software, business reports, all reports will show you that there was a sale, let's say $100. Yesterday, you made $100 in sales. This is order for repeat subscribe and save, and it will be shipped in 2 weeks or in 10 days. Let's do 2 weeks so I will never repeat that again. And problem is that this order can be canceled during those 14 days. Yeah. So first of all, pending. A lot of orders are pending, and when the order is pending, you cannot define if it's new to brand or if it's repeat. And then this order can be canceled. So bigger problem is canceled, even just pending. Because you might be surprised what percentage of your orders are canceled. On average, for subscribe and save companies, like let's say for CPG brands that doing quite a decent amount of sales through subscribe and save, let's say 30% of your sales are subscribe and save. You might get about 8 to 16% of canceled orders every day, every week. And now, as you might understand, what will happen? SNS repeated orders can be pending for 10 days. So if you look at your yesterday sales, if you look at your last 7-day sales, if you look at your last week sales, last 2 weeks sales, they will change. And what's even worse is it will not just reduce your profit and sales if the order gets from status pending into status shipped, yeah, which is good for you. It will show coupon only after order gets shipped. So your profit will also adjust. Even if the order is not canceled, your profit will still adjust. And it will be the subscribe and save coupon amount. Let's say it's 10% here. So basically, if 100 orders are pending, each order is $10. Here is how you can get easily $1,000 in additional costs that will impact your bottom line. So I hope this makes sense. Also, please feel free to write any questions right now. I will make a pause, and in the end, we will have Q&A. But if you enter your question right now, I will at least have a better understanding of how much time I need to invest for the Q&A session. So let me show you the visual that ChatGPT made me. Normal order usually gets from status pending into status shipped within 3 to 5 business days. Yeah, with the new shipping times, it's even can be same day. It's fine. But when it's automated, created, subscribe and save, it will be 10 to 15 days. And this is why you have so much time to get order canceled. That's the biggest problem. So now let me show you an example. This is the view that shows us the sales by week. And this is the data basically for last week. super fresh data, and you can see that for last week, the pending order percentage here is 34%. So for last week, 34% of the orders are in pending. For 2 weeks ago, it's still 13% of orders are still pending. Now, that's when we talk about just overall sales. But if we're only going to take the subscribe and save sales, boom. Last week, pending orders, 84%. 2 weeks ago, 37%. Guess what? A ton of those orders will be canceled, and then your numbers will change. So that's super important to remember, that order can get canceled. Now, here is the problem. Canceled orders is usually a lot of money. So as you now get it a little bit more, when you look at your sales for last week, for yesterday, it will change with some time because of the subscribe and save orders. But it also has another problem, that order get canceled, and then sales will go down and the profit will go down. Order gets shipped, the coupon will show up, and it's still gonna decrease your profit. So you need to wait, unfortunately. That's basically most important point here. You need to wait. Let's summarize. Your sales data adjust because of subscribe and save repeat orders from 10 to 15 days. Your profit data adjusts because subscribe and save coupon is only shown after order is shipped. So those are two things. Now let's talk about what kind of solution you can do. First of all, track pending orders percentage. At least try to do it one time. There is a report on Amazon called All Orders Report. You can find it if you go to Amazon. You go to the reports fulfillment, and there is a report called All Orders. You can download it, and you will be able to sort data by order status. Pending, let's say, and you will be able to see how many orders you are getting in pending. There is also ability to see how many orders you are getting in canceled. So that's also one of the things that you can do. You can also check how many canceled orders you get on average, and you will basically get this view. Tracking pending orders is a bit more complicated. But still, as I said, you can just define your canceled order percentage, and then if you look at your sales, you can just, let's say for yesterday, you can think that, okay, it will go down by 5-10%. Wait at least a week for sales data to settle. This is super important because on Amazon, guys, we make decisions in a few hours, in a few days. Everyone wants to have data in real time. But then once you start to review your historical, let's say, let's check our last month's performance, and it looks totally different. That's the reason. Obviously, use My Real Profit. We solved pending orders issue. We managed to get it down to 5 days. So instead of waiting like 2 weeks or 1 week, you can wait 5 days. So we created our internal algorithm that fixes that problem. We made it in the new update. So I know there is a lot of My Real Profit customers. Guys, we just published that update. All of you are in the line, and we slowly rolling up the update for every brand. So you will get this as well. Okay, next one. Let's talk about biggest mistake CPG brands make when analyzing the data. So first of all, we got overall understanding the problem with new to brand, with canceled orders and pending orders and shipped orders for repeat subscribe and save. Now, biggest mistake CPG brands make when analyzing the data: do not track new to brand sales at all. Think that if they make more new to brand sales, they're going to make more profit. That's also sometimes not true. Look at deal promo. It also was supposed to be here advertising performance without excluding repeat sales. And don't take into account pending, canceled, shipped, ordered statuses. The last one we already discussed. So let's talk about new to brand sales. What is new to brand sales? First of all, you should understand that new to brand sales, meaning customer never purchased from your brand. So they purchased from your brand for the first time. They most likely found your product through the search engine page. So they type, let's say, keyword like dog treats, then they search, make a decision, they buy your product. And what I recommend to CPG companies, what I recommend them to do is when you're trying to analyze your PPC adjustments, your subscribe and save coupon adjustments, your best deals. You need to focus on your new to brand sales. You need to look at your repeat sales and see if there is incremental increase. Let's say if you run a deal or you run a coupon and everything, maybe you will just reactivate repeat customers. But you must take a look at your new to brand revenue, because here is a great example. The new to brand sales are down from 38,000 to 16,000 within like more than 12 months. Yeah, like more than a year. Repeat sales are almost flat. It's not really changing because customers are loyal. But that uh, that's exactly the problem. So when you look at your blended numbers, it looks like the sales are down, but in this case, it might not be so urgent for you. You know, like sales are going down from 110K to let's say 91K, not even 82. Okay, $19,000 in sales difference it's not good, but it's okay. We can figure that out. Reality is that your sales almost 2 times lower new to brand sales than it was before. And the problem is it works like a funnel. The less new to brand sales you get, the less repeat sales you will get in the future. And this is the biggest problem. Like when you're trying to analyze your subscribe and save data, let's say for last week, I will give you a great example. One of the guys told me, oh, we cut our ad spend by half and our sales didn't change. They dropped by like 2,000, which is still very low relatively to our ad spend cut. The reality is, first of all, your sales already dropped by 2K, taking into account that you have repeat sales that will be canceled soon, so it will drop even more. And you compare to like, let's say 3 weeks ago. Wait some time, you will see your sales will drop not by 2K, but maybe 5K. Secondly, you're not getting more customers, new to brand customers, so you're just squeezing the profit from repeat customers. You need to remember that those repeat customers will make you a ton of money. New to brand customers most likely will not make you any money. But the golden rule is to keep the balance, not overspending, not just focusing on new to brand revenue and that's it, but also keeping both metrics on track. Yeah. So imagine if you're right now selling like CPG products and you only look at your total sales, I would say that you still have a basic understanding what's going on, but your reaction is much slower to, let's say, competitors, to everyone else who is separating those two metrics. Otherwise, yeah, you will see the real numbers year over year, most likely, not months over months. The next one, more new to brand doesn't equal to more profit. This one is much more complicated than just revenue, because you can increase your ad spend and you're most likely going to get more new to brand sales, but that doesn't necessarily mean in the long run you will still get your money back. This is a great example. This is the new to brand and repeat profit breakdown. So that's how most of the CPG businesses looks like. By the way, if you guys never saw it for your account, that's most likely how it looks like for you as well. You don't make any money or make very small amount of money from new to brand customers, and you most likely make a loss. And then you make a ton of money from your repeat customers, and in total it brings you like to 20% profit margin. Yeah, so I can make 0 from new to brand, I make 40% profit margin from repeat. My repeat to new to brand ratio is 50-50, I make 20% profit margin. But sometimes you can push more to get, let's say, more new to brand customers. You can get a higher loss, but it might not bring you more new to brand revenue. So you also should be very careful about with that, because sometimes customer, like, you need to perform tests and obviously take a look at those numbers, but that's something you need to be aware of. Okay, let me answer a couple of questions because it's quite a lot of those. Let me show this one. So which is applied only after an SNS order is shipped, an SNS coupon, or the discount that they apply to every order? Both. One-time SNS coupon only will show if it's shipped, but if it's one-time SNS coupon, it will be shipped like within a couple of days. It will not be pending for so long time. So it will only be related to coupon, subscribe and save coupon for the repeat order. So it's the repeat SNS coupon. Yeah. So this one, yeah, I think this one is straightforward. Now, can we track how many SNS orders get canceled? Good question. We kind of try to solve that, but it's not 100% clear yet. But overall, yes, my real profit can help you. That would be like customization. But if we're talking about Amazon, no, they don't show it. As well as if you look at your, like, one of the metrics that customers are always using is subscribe and save count. Like, how many subscribers do we have? It's a great metric, but it contains both growth and churn. Customers that decided to cancel, a customer decided to sign up. And if your subscribe and save customer count is flat, then means you get equal amount of new customers and equal amount of canceled customers. Yeah. If it's declining, that means your churn rate is higher than growth rate. What you should technically be able to do is to track both. Okay. This is for what? I need a bit more understanding, but it's for Amazon. Okay. And here is one more. Are these all new reports that are rolling out with the update? Is this new to profit tracking into account ad spend? Yes, it's taking into account ad spend. It's taking into account everything. So, and it will be included in the new update. And yeah, I know I told you about it. So you're in the line as well. Amazon defines new to brand as a person who has not bought from my brand in the last. Yeah, that's a good question. So we do it different. Our idea is that if customers purchase from you at even like 3 years ago, you still need to keep it as you still, like, let's say if they buy 3 years ago and they buy today, it's still gonna be a repeat customer if they buy today. And the reason why is because using the 365-day rule will totally mess up your cohort analysis. One of the key views for CPG brands is cohort view. Like, what kind of, like, what cohort is performing how much money for me? And let's say customers on our tool, you can see, let's say, how much revenue customers that you acquired in February 2022 going to make you today. If that's also not such a big problem, on my opinion, using 365 days gives you a bit false understanding of, let's say, market growth and market size. And you can simply just take a look at, like, let's say if you're growing, like if, like, let's say you do a deal, you take a look of how many of new to brand sales you got and also repeat sales you got. And if the incremental increase for repeat sales, like let's say your repeat sales are also about 20K, you reactivated some of the repeat customers. Okay. New and repeat. Is there an option in MRP? Okay, there are about a lot of questions about the tool. Is there an option in MRP where I can see customer LTV both in dollars and units sold? New and repeat, probably yes, on day-to-day report. If you don't have it, just wait a little bit. You will get this in the day-to-day report. We will also make sure to inform every customer once we provide the new update. If you don't have, if not right now, if you want to check it right away, you can go to subscription analytics. Most likely you will find some info there. If not, just reach out to me. Okay, guys, let's go back. I answered all of the questions. Thank you. Let's move forward. More new to brand does equal more profit. And actually, this is an example. Yeah, new to brand and repeat sales. You might bring more. You might think that you bring more, let's say, new to brand sales. Like you aim to get more new to brand sales. They're actually down. Your PPC spend remains the same. You're making a loss for new to brand. That's the goal. You need to keep track both so that you will be able to understand if we are growing or actually we are just spending too much on acquiring the same amount of customers. So now, here is the algorithm that I want to share with you. If we acquire more new to brand customers, you're definitely going to pay more for those customers. Question: how much more? Secondly, if you're getting more new to brand customers and your customer acquisition cost is okay, what's about retention? Because let's say if you're going to acquire much more customers, your LTV will go down. You need to remember that. The bigger traffic, more irrelevant audience you will get. Not all of the customers will be your ideal customers. They will not buy again. So your LTV will go down. So then this is some sort of framework that I created for you. where you have a goal to increase new to brand revenue. Then, if your goal to increase new to brand revenue, you try to perform different actions. You can increase your ad spend. You can do some sort of outside traffic. You can try to lower your price. You can add subscribe and save coupon. You can run a best deal. You can change content. That's it. I would say most important. Yeah. You perform action. Don't don't do multiple actions in once. Just try one. And then you need to measure the result. First of all, if we are getting more new to brand revenue. If not, then it didn't work. If we're getting more new to brand revenue, we need to understand how much it costed us. If it was profitable, if it long-term profit, if it makes sense. If no, then let's say your customer acquisition cost went up, your new to brand profit is going down significantly, you need to take a look at cannibalization. Maybe you just started to run ads on the keywords where you already being like you already did well organically. Try to re-optimize like your acquisition channel. Maybe change the placement. Maybe think of, if you did multiple actions in one, let's say you added subscribe and save coupon, you increase the ad spend, you run a deal in all of that together. That could be just, you are overpaying. And then if customer acquisition cost is acceptable and new to brand sales are up, you need to move to loyalty. You need to keep track of those cohorts. Yeah. So let's say we did a test in July. We increased our subscribe and save coupon to 25%, and it was 10% before. So then we need to wait, like, let's say 3 months, at least 3 months, and then go back and check those customers, like if they made more money, if they are making repeat sales, and it's if the retention is similar to what we used to see, or let's say it's better, or if it's worse. Because sometimes you can get more new to brand sales, but they will be not as loyal as you expect them to be. So yeah, if LTV is also remaining the same, congrats, you most likely gonna grow fast and profitable. If LTV is flat, then it says reduce acquisition. No, it's try to find out ways how to keep them loyal. That's most important one. So yeah, this is the framework. Now let's go to the next one. The next, like, let's say most common issue is look at PPC promo performance without excluding repeat subscribe and save sales. As I mentioned before, one guy told me we cut ad spend, our sales look the same, we are happy, we are making much more profit. By the end of the month, we see new to brand sales are down by like 20 or 30%. Subscription count is, started to go down, and they paused advertising that been performing quite well, and now it's not going to perform as well because like sometimes it's not working as it used to when you just stop ads. So yeah, when you try to perform, let's say, promotion, deal, subscribe and save coupon, you need to look at numbers at isolation. That's very difficult, but same time super important. Otherwise, you're making decision based off wrong numbers. So first of all, remember about that pending orders percentage. Secondly, remember about canceled orders. And thirdly, remember about new to brand orders. So this is a great example. Here are your repeat sales, your new to brand sales, and your total sales. So if sales go up, sales go down, sales go up, which type of the sales are actually went up? You can see repeat sales also growing, let's say during Prime Day, and that's totally fine. You're reactivating some old customers, and it's a great result. And then you're also getting much more new to brand sales. So that's good performance. Let's call it baseline, and then we run a deal. When we run a deal, we also get increase in sales, less repeat sales, but more new to brand. Yeah, because Prime Day is a widely known event, so we will get a lot of repeat customers checking Amazon, while deal is usually, it's different to Prime Day. I hope that makes sense. So when you try to measure the result of, let's say you run a best deal, first of all, you wait at least a week. or like 2 weeks. Yeah. Most important rule: wait. When you if you wanted to make a decision from your sales number for yesterday, you're most likely going to make a wrong decision. Then once you waited, check, did we get more new to brand sales? Did we reactivate repeat customers? What's the incremental increase? Once you are able to see, like, baseline versus difference, you are able to do the calculation of like total cost versus result. Yeah. But I will be honest, run deals always. They work. They will not only work if you don't have any visibility, but most of the times they work quite well. Use this framework. It's I pasted it once again because it's a great framework for every brand. They always have a goal to grow. You need to grow, you need to earn revenue, you need to keep track of the loyalty. That's a really good framework. Yeah. Now, a CPG calculator. Let's get back to this in a second, and let's get to one more thing that I wanted to show you to share with you today. It's this extra bonus, which is related to BSR data. Guys, feel free to type your questions because I will have a Q&A session soon. So BSR data includes repeat, subscribe, and save sales. This is a really good one because some brands want to take like they don't run best deals because they see that it doesn't have a lot of like a big impact on the BSR. First of all, a 24-hour deal usually is not working as good as 7-day. But let's say if your brand has a ton of sales coming from subscribe and save and repeat overall, like very small percentage of new to brand, you will not be able to measure the BSR data because BSR data includes everything. It's blended. And that's why that, let's say for supplements, BSR usually does not change. Like it's pretty flat. So that's the BSR data is also like not 100% accurate. Yeah, it's still it's okay, but like if you see that there is a slight decline in BSR, it actually might be a huge amount of new to brand customers comparing to repeats. And then if you want to get the bestseller badge, this one is important because you need to evaluate your competition. Let's say your sales started to grow very fast, but it's temporary. Let's say because you got viral on TikTok, or like some meta advertising started to perform very well, but you also know it's temporary, or seasonality. You will be able to gain the bestseller badge, but only temporary, because you're trying to take over from like you're trying to beat your competitor that most likely holding a bestseller badge for a long time, and they have a ton of subscribers. So in terms of BSR, what I'm trying to say is that if you hold the bestseller badge, then you need to focus on your subscription growth because it's going to be your competitive advantage, not today, but within a couple of months. Because if your subscriber like count is much higher than your competitors will not be able to keep up with you because your subscriptions, as I mentioned, they do not log into Amazon. Yeah, they might get the repeat order. It will impact your BSR, and you are getting more sales outside of the market. Yeah. So this is why some companies that hold the bestseller badge are so aggressive into subscribe and save coupons and everything, because they know that if they're gonna hold the bestseller badge, they would like to never lose it. And their subscriptions is one of the instruments for the bestsellers. And on the opposite side, if you're trying to gain the bestseller badge, you also need to take this into account that, okay, I can have I can run a 7-day best deal. I will get more sales. I can try to take over the bestseller badge. I can try to push more into advertising, and I might get bestseller. By the end of the day, your best deal ends, your unit sales are down, and you lose the bestseller. Because you expect to get the bestseller badge, get enough, like the bestseller badge gives you better CTR, better conversion rate, you get more sales, but suddenly you're losing it. just because your competitor has much more subscribers than you do. So this one is also super, super important. It's related to any category, yeah. And obviously, if if you have a goal, let's say to get the bestseller badge, I would recommend you to create a strategy for like 6 months, 12 months, where you start to, you know, like you start to first of all grow your subscriber audience, and you also need to think of additional channels. Like best channel is obviously outside traffic that creates branded search volume, that also allows you to create, a separate source of customers. So yeah, uh, this one is also super, super important. Now let's go back to the CPG calculator. This is something that I will share with you guys today. It will be through the email, I believe. But this is the calculator that you will be able to utilize to do some estimations, calculations. Let me share a different view. So let me share. Here is it. So do you see it? Yes, you see it. This is the CPG calculator. I have vitamin MRP here. And overall, I created a long video that explains you how to utilize this tool, how to import the data. I already have everything for it. So it's quite simple. I will not explain everything right now. You will get the video guide, and you will be able to fill it out. But overall, I will tell you why you need to use this calculator. So it will allow you to understand, first of all, how much money I'm able to lose per product and still get my money back within, let's say, 6, 12, 18 months based off my repeat purchase behavior. What will be my margin within, 6, 12, 18 months? And then what's my break-even ACOS? Yeah, so if I run advertising and my goal to make my advertising profitable, what will be my break-even ACOS? So, couple of suggestions here. You want to test subscribe and save coupon. You want to test discount. You want to test best deal. Everything that is related to lowering your price. I highly recommend you to use this one, and also new to brand customer acquisition cost, which is basically like how much money we're gonna pay for every order, or new to brand CPA. You can calculate it. You can estimate it. I don't say this in the video. I can tell you here. You can estimate it. Let's say if you don't know your new to brand sales, you don't know anything. Put here. Let's say your total sales are 100,000. Try to estimate what would be your new to brand CPA. Let's say try to estimate that your new to brand sales are 50%, 60%, 70%, or 80%. I will most of the times you're going to be within that bracket. So if my new to brand sales are 50%, then you will know that half of my sales are new to brand. And then you can calculate your new to brand customer acquisition cost. Just take your entire PPC spend and divide it by, let's say, 50% of your orders. Yeah. And then you will get the new to brand customer acquisition cost. And because this one is the most complicated metric. There is additional question why you calculate without referral fee, because referral fee is calculated here in the organic profit. This is the 15%, because the referral fee depends on your price. You lower your price, your referral fee is going to be lower. That's why. But good question. So then you will get your net profit, let's say net new to brand profit, and you everything else is fully automated. That will be calculated, and you will be able to utilize those numbers to estimate. Let's say if my current acquisition model is good enough, like if 12 months for me 9% profit margin, if it's good for me or not. If not, that I need to do something. Yeah, and let's say if 28 is good, or maybe I can be more aggressive, and instead of trying to squeeze the margin, I can actually squeeze like get more sales and more profit in absolute. No, yeah, maybe I'm okay to sacrifice my margin to make more dollars and break even ACOS. But this one is also I see people get a little bit obsessed with break even ACOS, trying to to fit into those gaps and make sure you will get your money back from advertising. Look, guys, when I talk to companies selling, I don't know, like cutting boards, humidifiers, I don't know, iPhones, cases, and everything, they don't focus on their PPC to be profitable. Yeah. They are trying to make as much profit as they can from organic. As same with your advertising. If you're trying to cut your ad spend, take a look at your organic positions. Yeah, take a look at your impression share. Take a look at your SQP data. So it's not always is a good decision to like try to cut your ad spend just to be within the break-even ACOS marks. I always recommend you to look at total high-level overview. Never separate PPC performance and total account performance because it's correlated. And then in this case, you will be able to actually, see the total business growth. But you need to use those ACOS metrics to understand your like to benchmark. That's the best. That's the best explanation. To benchmark if I'm doing great or I'm doing not great versus my break-even points. Usually, if you want to ask me like what are the average metrics that company are aiming to get, I will tell you most brands trying to do 3 to 6 months break even, 3 to 6 months payback period, unless they are trying very, very, very aggressive. In terms of margin, I mean, everyone is trying to get as much as possible, but usually end up like 17, 20, 25%. In terms of break even points, I mean, 6, 12 months. If your ACOS is within 1 month's break even point, everything is within 1 month, that doesn't necessarily mean you can be more aggressive. That might just mean you have a ton of branded traffic. And if you have a ton of branded traffic, it always blends with your generic keywords. If you think, let's say you sell dog treats, and then there is a, let's just use this example, dog treats, and there is a brand, Get Joy. So if you think that they will only buy your branded, buy your products to keywords, Get Joy, freeze dried, pre-flavored dog treats, no, they will just type dog treats, and if they will see your product, they will buy it. Yeah, or like they will do freeze dried, pre-flavored dog treats. So if you're getting a ton of traffic outside, yes, it will definitely impact your overall metrics. And then you need to be careful. Then you need to look at your numbers in some sort of isolation, trying to exclude your branded data. This is a separate topic, a very, very tough one. But yeah. Okay. The question is that based off some percentage of LTV of first order, or what percentage of returning customers? Yes, it basically takes, you need to enter here your 1, 3, 6, 12, and 18 months lifetime value, and then you will be able to see all of the metrics. The idea here is quite simple. Yeah, like you get cohort analysis. Yeah, on cohorts, if you guys don't know what is cohort, this is the cohort analysis. Yeah, like you get, let's say, customers that we acquired in August 2024. Yeah, those customers, we in total we got 6,756 customers. Yeah, and then you know your lifetime value for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6, 5, and so on. You take an estimated average for your 1 month, 3 months, 6 months LTV, and then you input this into your calculator. And then you operate based off cohorts, only cohorts. If I were able to show you, but overall, let's say if your business makes, let's say, 50% of your sales from repeat customers, which is quite okay, you will be surprised. But those 50% of repeat customers can be like 5% from last month, 5% from 2 months ago, 1% from last year. It's blended. So for you, the only option is to operate on the cohort level. I would recommend you to do monthly cohorts. Then some companies, when you get a ton of data, you can get into weekly cohorts analysis. But overall, you need to be able to separate the data by cohorts, which is customer groups based off their first purchase. And then you can start creating your strategies. Yeah, basically, like we're gonna do 1 month cohort. We're gonna put 20% of subscribe and save coupon. We're gonna leave it as it is, and we will wait. It's our goal. 1 month, you got 1 month, you wait 1 more week for data to settle, you go back and take a look at the reporting. Obviously, you should see some signals through your total sales. If they don't change at all, most likely it doesn't help. Yeah. But if your sales, let's say, are up just like by a couple $1,000, by $1,000, it depends on how big is your business. Yeah, it might actually have a big impact on your new to brand sales, which also depends of what percentage of the sales are new to brand. Yeah, if it's 20%, if it's 30%. I saw companies that sell, let's say, CPG products and have 80% of new to brand, and I also met companies that sell, like, have only 10 to 15% of new to brand. Yeah, just because they are too big, and then the market size is not changing. So yeah, one of the also, guys, one of the great instruments for you to utilize is SQP. SQP basically contains only search engine results page sales, only new to brand. Most of the time, it's only new to brand. I mean, if customer clicks on generic keyword and buys your product, it's an edge case. You cannot control that. But overall, let me remove that. Overall, you can use SQP to measure what percentage of the new to brand market we hold. And also, when you look at SQP and when you look at your total account sales, it's totally different. That's the reason. Repeat sales. So yeah, uh, guys, do you have any other questions? Because if not, I think we covered everything. I tried to be very brief, try to not explain too much and not to get into details. At My Real Profit, we will. It's a small sneak peek into our roadmap. We're gonna move all the customers to the new reporting, and we are introducing knowledge base. Knowledge base will teach you how to utilize every tool, not just, like, how to do subscribe and save and everything, but using all the reports and how to apply them. So yeah, okay. So Q&A, I can see there is one more question, so I basically answered the rest. SQP including organic plus advertising data. Yes, they include organic, they include sponsored products, top of search and rest of search. The downside of SQP, so look here, this is sponsored brands, it's not included. This is sponsored products, top of search, it's included. Scrolling down, this is part of sponsored product, top of search as well. And it's not included. You know why? Because it's a widget. If I will turn this, I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but let me try. If I will turn that into phone view, okay, it got adjusted. So here, if you scroll down, you will see that this is a widget. Okay, for some reason it takes a lot of time to load. Here we go. This is the widget. You see, it's part of the top of search, but it's a widget, and that's why it's not included in the SQP sales. SQP only show data for organic and sponsor products, top of search, rest of search, because they look exact same as usual organic views. Those do not look like organic, usual organic. That's why it's not included. Yeah. However, it actually drives a lot of traffic and drives a lot of sales. And that's the problem why you are not able to match your PPC and SQP sales. Also, SQP does not contain it only uses 24-hour attribution window. So if it's outside of attribution window, it will not be included. And there are a couple. I do have a video on YouTube about that. I do have a video on YouTube about the SQP. You can check it out, and you will get all the answers about SQP. I mean, it's about. I made a video on how if you can trust the SQP numbers. So I recommend to check that one. Then you can also check what's the issues with impression share and how you can utilize impression share correctly. And you also can check the video about your click share, because the click share is the best metric in my opinion. Then another question, where can we find the cohort data in MRP tool? You go to the subscription analytics, and there is a button called cohort analysis. You click on the cohort analysis and you will see the cohort data. So it's quite simple. Yeah, you should just go to the subscriptions and cohort analysis. Okay, guys, we actually managed to do it in pretty good timing. Okay, there is one more video. Can we make somehow separate volume of organic and advertising in our share and that? I wish, but no. I mean, Amazon showing you. Sorry, guys, I got a bit sick, so yeah, sorry for sneezing nose. Amazon advertising shows you new to brand data, but I would say it's not that good yet. Also, in my opinion, this idea was like showing the new to brand sales only for 365 days. It's a bit messed up because then you don't understand if customer ever interacted with your brand before or no. And at the same time, not sure if they take into account that customer can buy product A and then purchase product B. I mean, it's the multiple issues with that kind of view. We will Our next goal our goal going to be of entire Marvel Profit team is to improve and constantly improve this view. Maybe we will somehow be able to do this split. The problem with your organic traffic and advertising traffic is when you're getting very into details, you're most likely going to make more mistakes than correct decisions. And especially with organic sales, Amazon is doing hyper personalization. So like they are going to personalize the view on the search page. And even if you're in the same state, you are in the same location, the view of your search engine results page going to be different based um, of your interests. And it's very similar how Meta works, Meta advertising. And that's the problem, because once then it will be much more complicated to track your organic traffic. And then if you will try to, let's say, lower your PPC spend, and then it will get impact on your organic sales. Okay, it's just complicated. Okay, where can we get this sheet? Hello, we will send it to you via email. It's via email. I mean, guys, I'm okay to just send it to you right away. There will be no guide. Still, we need the video guide. But for me, it's totally fine to share it with you right now. Share with others and just duplicate this calculator, and then you are able to utilize it. Yeah, just duplicate this Google Sheet. So let me send you a link right now here. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get it right now. So yep. Okay. Oh, I see a lot of people are entering the calculator page. Yeah, I also wanted to say hi to everyone who will watch this webinar, because there is a lot of people that ask me to save it, and we will save it. We will make those webinars like our aim right now is to make webinar every month. We will try to make it even more often. We'll make more webinars for My Real Profit customers. Guys, I know that our tool offers a lot, and not a lot is being utilized, and it also because of we are not providing you with enough education, as well as um, uh, if we give you more content, more information, you will be able to utilize our tool much more effectively. And this is what we will do. And yeah, so if there are no any other questions, guys, thank you so much for watching this webinar. I do appreciate you signing up and asking the questions. It values a lot to me and the team, because this helps us to understand if we are moving into the right direction. And have a great day. Bye bye.